Once again, we are witnessing what many would describe as the politics of the playground. Spain made a sovereign decision not to support military action against Iran by allowing its territory and facilities to be used, arguing there was no appropriate legal basis to do so. Whether people agree with that decision or not, it was Spain's decision to make. That is what sovereignty means. Instead of respecting the position of an ally, President Donald Trump has threatened to cut off all trade with Spain after accusing the country of failing to do enough on defence spending and refusing to fully align with Washington's foreign policy. It is another example of using economic threats as a political weapon, not against an adversary, but against a long-standing NATO partner. Spain has hardly been standing still. Defence spending has continued to increase, although Madrid argues that reaching 5% of gross domestic product would place an unsustainable burden on its public finances. At the same time, Spain has been among the most outspoken European governments calling for an end to the humanitarian suffering in Gaza and has sought to pursue an independent foreign policy rather than simply following Washington's lead. What also stands out is the response from the rest of Europe. Publicly, there has been little sign of a united front behind one of its own member states. If the European Union expects to be treated as a serious geopolitical actor, then moments like these inevitably raise questions about solidarity. Support behind closed doors may well exist, but public unity carries its own weight in international diplomacy. The practical reality is also far more complicated than the headlines suggest. Spain does not negotiate trade with the United States independently. It does so through the European Union's common trade policy. That means any attempt to isolate Spain economically would face significant legal, diplomatic, and economic hurdles, with many experts arguing that a complete trade shutdown would be extraordinarily difficult to implement. Even so, the threat alone has already unsettled markets and added further strain to transatlantic relations. Every nation has the right to pursue its own security and foreign policy within the framework of international law. Disagreements between allies are inevitable, but resolving those disagreements through dialogue is very different from attempting to pressure partners with economic threats. Strong leadership persuades, it does not simply demand compliance. This has been the JR Voice. Stay tuned for more unpacking of global headlines.